Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to take you through another Google Ads case study for a house cleaning business we're working with in Washington State. So they're getting some really good results. I wanted to take you through what those results look like, as well as how we've set up the campaign in order to achieve those. So Google Ads can still be a really effective way to get new clients, and particularly for those of you that are looking to get clients quickly. Looking at this particular company, I've just pulled out the last 30 days. So if you see here, they've spent just over $800, 47 clicks, and if we scroll over here, they've had 16 leads. Actually, this is 18 leads. It still needs to update. So at 18 leads, this puts us at about $46 for a conversion for each lead, and actually the conversion rate is 38%, which is actually really high. So why this conversion rate in particular is a standout number is because this is telling us that, you know, for every 3 people that click on our ad, at least 1 person is getting in touch with us to ask for a quote or fill out a quote form. And usually the number that I'm aiming for is 20%. So 34% or 38% is actually really high. So what this is telling us is that the keywords that we're selecting and then the ads that those people are seeing is really resonating. We're getting a high percentage of those people clicking on those ads, and a high percentage of those people actually getting in touch. So this is the campaign. So let me show you the search terms report, because this is really what drives the performance of the account. And I can almost ignore the rest of the account, because if I can see that the search terms are really on point, then I have got a good idea that we are getting in front of the right quality people. So let me just unfilter these so we can see the entire report here. But basically, what we are interested with the search terms is getting in front of 2 categories of keyword. So these are what I call the service keywords, and then the service plus location keywords. So, you know, we are a house cleaning business based in Spokane. We want to firstly get in front of people that are searching for a service related keywords. So this could be housekeeping, house cleaning, variants of house cleaning. Maid service would be another, cleaning companies would be another. And then the second group are where we have the service and the location. So cleaning services Spokane, house cleaning services near me, Spokane Cleaning Company, Spokane House Cleaners. And the reason why those 2 groups of keywords are the ones that we want to focus on is because those are the highest percentage keywords where people are looking, you know, to hire a cleaning service. So not everyone who obviously types in cleaning services Spokane will be looking to hire a cleaning company, but out of all the cleaning related keywords out there, I know from experience that we'll get the highest percentage of those people looking for cleaning services. So when I look down this search terms report, if I can see that the majority of these search terms, the search terms are the exact string of words that people are typing into Google and our ads showing up for. If I can see that the majority of these search terms are service or service plus plus location keywords, I know we're right in the right pool of traffic. You know, that pool of traffic has a high intent to want to hire a cleaning company. So when I look down this list, this is a really good list. And, you know, when I look down this list, it doesn't surprise me that we're getting such a high conversion rate on this campaign. You know, every single one of these searches is bang on point. You know, there are no competitor searches here, so nothing like Angela's Cleaning Services Spokane. There aren't any, you know, non-relevant cleaning related searches. It could be like apply for a cleaning job near me, or how do I clean a bathtub? That's someone wanting to do it themselves. So all those examples of those 3 keywords would get a very low conversion rate. So when we look down this list, this is a really good solid list, and it doesn't surprise me that we're getting really high conversion rates from here. So what drives this is the keywords that you select. So if I go into keywords, the keywords differ from the search terms. The search terms are the exact string of words that people are typing into Google, and the keywords differ because of something called a match type. So broadly, when we set up a new campaign, there are three types of keywords that we can put in, and this is something that many people miss when they're first getting started with Google Ads, because they think if we just include a keyword like house cleaner Spokane, if someone types in house cleaner Spokane, our ads will show up for. That is not necessarily the case, because there's something called a match type. So as you can see here, there are three different match types that we can select, and these all refer to the specific tightness, effectively, of those keywords. So if we select house cleaner Spokane as an exact match, these, you can see these in square brackets, this is me telling Google that only if someone types in something exactly that says house cleaner Spokane, or something very, very closely related to it, so it could be house cleaner Spokane, it could be house cleaning Spokane, then I would want our ads to show up for. So exact match differ to phrase match, which is like the next step down. It's a looser term. So phrase match for this term would mean that if someone typed in best house cleaner Spokane, we could come up for. It could also mean it could be someone could type in cheap house cleaner Spokane, which would be less interesting for us. Obviously, we want to get in front of the wealthier clients that value quality above cost. So phrase match, as you can imagine, brings in a wider volume of searches, but that volume is more variable. We might get really good searches like best house cleaner Spokane or eco house cleaner Spokane, but then we might get cheap house cleaner Spokane or Angela's house cleaning Spokane, which would be a competitor search, and we wouldn't want to come up for those because, again, the conversion rates tend to be lower. And then broad match is one that I would probably advise you to avoid completely. So broad match is even wider. We get a much wider search volume, and this is Google just saying, okay, what do we think is relevant related to this? It might not even include any of the words in the keyword that we say, because we've had broad match. So it could be, you could be getting people, your ad could be showing up for, cleaning equipment suppliers. It's a very, very broad range. And then when you find that you are running campaigns with broad match, you can go straight into your search terms and see what the searches are that are coming up for those keywords, because on the search terms report you can see the keyword that has driven that search, and you can see the match type as well. So if I go back into the search terms here, you can see the search term was driven by this particular keyword and the match type as well. So you can very quickly see and filter, okay, is this a good search term or a bad search term, which keyword drove it, and what was the match type. And often what you'll find is that the best quality search terms come from service or service plus keywords which are set at exact match. So that is generally my preferred option. To start with exact match in your location. If you have a specific budget and you are spending that budget just using exact match keywords, then that is going to really set you up for success. This will mean that you get the highest conversion rates. Most of the leads will come from those as well. The challenge comes when you are in a location, maybe where there's fewer searches going on, in which case you might need to add in phrase match, keywords that get you looser volume, and you'll need to be in the, you'll need to add some selective phrase match keywords, and then you'll need to keep an eye on these search terms. If you find that your search terms are really, really poor, then you might need to pause that phrase match. The other side is, I have some clients where they're spending many thousands of dollars each month, and we are exhausting all the exact match keywords that are going on, and they want even more. So in that case, we do have to bring in phrase match, but phrase match can work for those people, because even though the conversion rate is less and probably the lead cost will be higher, the absolute volume of leads is important for those companies, because they want to keep growing more and more quickly. So when you add phrase match, what you can do to protect yourself from non-relevant cleaning related searches is to make sure that your exclusions list, your negative keyword list, is protecting you from those those types of searches. So as you can see here in this account, we've got 2 negative keywords lists. These are our master negative keyword lists, and we upload these to the clients that we work with. You can see between the 2 of them, they're coming up to 6,000 keywords long. So this gives us a really good amount of protection. I've just clicked into our list 2. You can see here we've got lots of first names, lots of the competitor searches will be going into that list. But to give you a couple of very simple examples of the types of things that we would add into our negatives list. So if we go into our search terms report and see someone has typed in cheap cleaning services, we would want to add the word cheap into our negatives. So if someone searched for anything that contained the word cheap in the future, our ad wouldn't show up for, and we wouldn't run the risk of our ad getting clicked on, and we can save that budget and put it into those service plus location or service keywords. So the negative keyword list gives us a good amount of protection, and really what you find is as your campaign runs, you'll continue to add more negative keywords to your list, and it will give you more and more protection with time. So then what you tend to find is that if someone is just starting out with no negative keywords, this search terms report is probably going to be a lot more variable. You'll see some good ones, you'll see some bad ones. If you see some bad ones, you can click on that, add it as a negative keyword, and it means that as the campaign evolves, you will get more and more protection as you go along. But as I said, ideally when you're getting set up at the beginning, try to go with exact match. This will maximize the chances of you getting good search terms. And if I would tend to say if 90% or more of your search terms are these types of terms that we're seeing here, the service or service plus locations, you're likely to be getting a really good conversion rate and lead costs from your campaign. So then the final thing I wanted to talk about is the bid strategy. So the bid strategy, basically takes these keywords and says, okay, how do you want to bid for them? Do you want to bid for them on a click basis or conversion basis? And really, if you go into the campaigns and campaign settings level, my preferred approach is to start off with what I call a max click strategy. So the max click strategy says, okay, for these particular keywords, I want you to get as many of those keywords as possible. So if we scroll down to here, you'll see under settings, bidding max clicks here. So what this says is that, okay, we want house cleaners, Spokane, cleaning companies, maid service near me. We want all these different types of keywords. I would tend to advise people to start off with a max click strategy. Don't worry too much about this bid. Generally, I tend to say, okay, set a really, really high bid, because if you set a low max bid, then you might not get any clicks at all. So you can, reduce this down. But what this says is, okay, I've got a, $2,000 budget for this month. These are the keywords I like. These are the exact match. Run these, and I want you to get as many of those clicks, but do not pay any more than this limit here. As I said, this will be on the high end, but I always say set a really high end, and then you can reduce it down if you want. And this is really my preferred option when you're getting started with your Google Ads campaign. You want to basically cast the net as broad as possible, see how many clicks you can get for the budget. So we are telling the machine, we're telling Google, you bid for our keywords to maximize the number of clicks that we can get from this budget. And then one of the things that we want to be doing is that, once we have, a good amount of data, once we're say 3-6 months into the campaign and we're hitting that 20% level or higher, then, one of the things we want to test is a different bid strategy. And the other bid strategy that you want to try is the max conversion strategy here. And, assuming you've got your conversion tracking set up correctly, which is really important. You want to make sure that you're tracking your leads, your lead form submissions, as well as your call tracking. Once you have your conversion set at quick well, then you can try it versus a max conversion strategy. And as I showed you right at the beginning, we got this campaign. I think has 18 leads, because there's a couple that still haven't synced. But Google really, once you've got 20 conversions, then it is a good chance or a good time to A/B test, your lead cost of max clicks versus your lead cost with max conversions. And many people think you should always opt for a max conversion strategy out of the gate. That's incorrect. You should only run a max conversion strategy if you have enough data in the first place, and that would be when I would say you're at that 20 conversion number or higher. I have lots of clients where we find that max clicks is getting us best results, like this client here. Other clients, max conversions make sense, and it often changes through the year. So you want to be running a particular campaign, but once you are happy with the search terms, try this bid strategy as well. And that if you're getting 20% or more conversion rate, then your campaigns are running well. You're getting in front of the right type of traffic. So I hope this has been helpful. In this next video, I'm going to go through the step-by-step process to set up a campaign like this, complete Google Ads setup for you. So I'll go into more detail about how you get things set up for success. So I'll see you on the next one.